Hey guys, so this morning we're going for a walk. We're going to look for two old abandoned houses in the cellar hole. So we're on this old dead road. I'm going to turn you around and show you. You can see a rock wall. It's just barely visible, but you can see where they had actually moved the rocks out of this road in order to build it. It's covered here, but it follows along. So that's one thing that you guys can look for. This one here isn't really apparent, but you can tell it's a hump and you can see the rocks in there. So anyway, that's the first sign. And as we were walking up through here, we saw a couple other pretty good signs. A few apple trees off to the side. There's another rock wall over there. Small orchard in there. So we have a bit of a walk, but we get to the first house and we'll show you what we find. Okay, check this up a little bit. Here's another sign, guys. We're getting close. You see that big apple tree in there? A couple of old fence posts that are rotten. You come over here. There's another huge apple tree there. You see what we see? There's the first building. I'm going to turn the camera around here. Now, there's another one. And you can't see it from the road, he said. But it's way in the trees in there. So we're going to truck through that and see if we can find it. Looks like maybe a driveway over here. I see a bottle dump. I don't know how old those bottles are. Just in the trees there. There's another rock wall. So let's go in. More apple trees. Looks like there's going to be a lot of garbage around. I don't know if this is, yeah, it must have been a house. There's a hole with three big apple trees. I don't know what that was. Look at the barn boards. Okay, so I'm not sure if this was the carriage house or what this was. Geez, I don't know. We're gonna have to be really careful though, because as you can see, it sits on a cellar hole. So let's, I'm gonna show you. I gotta tilt this camera a little bit and hope that I don't drop it down the hole. So let's take a look at the cellar hole. You can see the rock formation in there. I would date this one probably in the 1870s, I would guess. Well, if my fat ass doesn't fall through here, you'll be good to come in. Check this out. Curtains. Shears. Yeah. Oh my God. Look at the stairs in this thing. All right. It's a sneaker, and roof is all caved in. I unfortunately forgot to charge my battery, so my GoPro is gonna die. If I find anything cool, I'll just take some stills with my other camera. Nasty. Okay, guys. I'm looking around. I just happened to look down at the floor. I'm going to show you a few things. Aside from the raccoon poop, we got buttons. I looked over, and honest to God, this was sitting right on the floorboard. Do you see that coin? I'm going to bring you over here to the... Look at the shape of this V-nickel. Come on. Holy crap. Sorry, I'm trying to get a date on this. Focus. 1902, and it is beautiful. They're actually falling out of the ceiling. The ceiling's falling down. It's going to be really hard. There's barely any light in here, so I apologize for that, but there we go. I'm going to just look around here on the floor for a minute, see what I find. I'll let you know. Alright, so we've come to the conclusion that this area was more than likely a kitchenette. Probably a dining area over where my wife is. Got an old pantry here with... You can see a hook here. I might have held... I would think that... I wonder if that held an oil lamp or something. It's hard to tell. We got a child's shoe down in here. So I think what we're going to do is we'll come back again. We're coming back again later anyway. We're going to pick my son up from school and come out and take a look around in here. He's going to take his drone and do another drone video. So anyway, I'm going to poke around here a little bit more. We get some more light, and I might be able to find a few more coins laying around. So see you then. Okay, so I climbed the stairs. A little rickety. We're up in the attic now, which would have been a bedroom. I'm going to show you the view from here in a minute. There's the old bed, there's clothes, shoe. I gotta try to disperse my weight a little bit. Windows. You're looking down there into the top of the chimney, which would have come up through this way and then exited through there. If this was safe enough, there's no doubt in my mind that you would be finding coins and stuff up here. Should add, it is really freaking cold. About -9 right now. So I was finding these, I don't know if you'd be able to see it just a sec. It's over in the corner, if I can zoom in. See that thing in the middle of your screen there? It's just this black, yeah, where's my finger out here? Right there. They're little rings. At first I thought it was a wedding band, but it's not. It's actually, I think they're either curtain rings or they're napkin rings. Either way, they're pretty cool. I don't know what this is. Some other type of little, I guess it's a hook for something. Alright, poke around, see what else we can find. Alright. Found another one. We got a buffalo. I can't tell the date yet, but it's in really good shape. It's still shiny. Alright, so we got the drone in the air. And we're going to see if we can find the other house. It's up.
Oh, I see it from here.
Do you see it already?
It's right in front of me.
I don't know, you can't see that. It's too much of a glare.
Oh, jeez.
What's going on there?
Wind.
Alright, I'm going to shut this off and then we're going to go in the woods. Alright, you probably can't see the drone up in the sky. It's up there somewhere. So, he can see the house with the drone. So this is why a drone is almost, it's like the best tool that I've ever come across for finding an old home site. So, I can see it already. He's right above it. You start to see it there through the trees. So it looks like it may have been an old hunting camp. Drone's up there. Okay, so this one here I'd say is a hunting camp, and it's nowhere near as old. You see this one here is up on stilts and they use sonotubes. So I mean it's been here a while, but it's nothing like the other house. So let's come this way. Yeah, definitely a hunting lodge. There's actually not much to it. No cellar or anything. You can see it was put together with screws and plywood. So this is more modern, probably abandoned in the 70s. Alright, moving on. Alright, so we're continuing on, and you can see here there's a rock wall. Runs down along there. So my wife and my son have already gone ahead of me. Well, apparently there's supposed to be a cellar hole down in here somewhere. Right down at the point. Looks like a really nice spot. We'll be there in a second, so I'll turn you around and you can see then. Try not to break my ankles, the ground's frozen here. Here's another tip if you're looking for an old cellar hole. If you can see in here, see all these great big red thorn bushes? They always grow close to a cellar hole. And look at the size of this apple tree. That's absolutely massive. Alright, so we're going to come back out here. Alright. I'm going to show you the view here in a second. This is absolutely breathtaking. Show you a little bit so I don't give away my location. Oh man, what a place for a house. Look at this. Wow. Alright, we're going to look for the foundation and I'll get back to you. Another, yeah, my wife almost took a header. So this is another tip for finding a cellar hole. if you think there's one here and there's an old road, if you can find a water source, you know there's probably the home is getting close, right? Because they always built near a water source. So this is, this would be a spring. Ice cold. Makes me thirsty. Okay. Another tip. You find trees like this that have obviously been planted. Almost looks like a garden. They always built higher too, so that water runoff doesn't affect their home. So we climbed this hill, maybe about a 10-meter difference from where we were when we came in on the road. And then you come over here, and these things always seem to grow around a cellar hole as well. They're those big kind of those pipe things. At my loyalist field where the house used to be, there's a bunch of these as well. So anyway, we found the hole, so let's go take a look at it. It's actually quite large. So you can take a look at the rock here. There is some old mortar that are in the rocks. So here would be, I'm assuming it would be the front stairwell, maybe. It's a depression, runs up along there. This is probably the front step area right here. So it comes the whole way along here. I'm stepping on. There's a lot of junk in here. There's always a lot of sheet metal and stuff at these old holes. But it's a big one. Goes all the way along here. Comes into this part of the home. And then that's not a wall cave in. If you look at these rocks, it's right in the center. The cellar hole actually keeps going right here like this. But in the center of this home, it looks like there's rocks here for no reason. But when you look here, you see these old bricks. This was the chimney. So the fireplace sat right here. So there's probably a big barn foundation around here as well. Right now it's not detectable because it's so frozen. But in the spring we're going to come back and see what we can find here. This one is way older than the other one, so this is probably about 1830s. Right on. Let's walk up here, I'll show you the view. So they chose this site for a reason, right? That's just a quick view. I don't want to show too much, but yeah, we got water and stuff around. That's a good sized cellar hole right there. That was a pretty big home. I would say it was probably, I don't know if it would have, I found another one similar to this, with similar rock styles. And it was abandoned somewhere in the 30s, late 30s, early 40s. So that's probably when this one was abandoned too, but it's a nice big site. Cameron's got the drone up in the air. Colleen's taking some pictures. If you're looking for a decent camera, I bought her a Canon Rebel, and she absolutely loves that thing. It's a T6. And the drone's going all ape shit. Okay, gotta let you go. So we're back at the old house site. Excuse me. And see this great big huge apple tree? It's fallen over, which is too bad. But I'm not sure what this is down here. It's handmade, so I'm not sure whether that's a spring-fed well or a privy, but you can see the rocks. I mean, it was purposely done. It's rock lined, so that could be the privy. But it would be awful weird because it looks like there's an apple tree growing through it. But then there's so many of these bottles. They're just the older screw top bottles, but they're screw tops, so I don't want them. But what do you suppose this is? Anybody have any ideas why there would be this massive? It's not a cellar hole. It could be a barn hole, I suppose, but I don't know. Ouch. There's a barrel band. Well, not like a gun barrel band, but see another bottle in here. It's a jar, jam jar, fruit jar. Nothing spectacular. We're just going to walk around here a little bit. Okay, we have another foundation right here. I guess it would come over this way a little bit. That's either going to be a barn or a chicken coop. We have the rear garden of the home here. Got some sheet metal. Lots of sheet metal off of the roof. Well, the property goes way back and includes an apple orchard too. So this will be a good site in the spring once the ground thaws out. Just a big pile of rock right here. So if you're looking for, every one of these old houses either had pasture or garden, look for this, because this was probably all garden. And I always seem to find coins, old coins and buckles and stuff in the garden. I'm going to retract my statement about the barn being over there, because I think it's right here. Most definitely. Oh yeah. Alright, here's the barn foundation. Telltale sign, all the iron. There, we're up on it there now. So this was the barn. Goes out that way. Comes up, makes a right angle at these trees, or maybe just after it. Let's go take a look. Kerosene jugs. The old style kerosene. Ow. Lots of thorn bushes. Barrels. Okay, so the wall does continue. This was a big barn. The wall does continue, and you look at the size of these trees here, and they're growing up in the middle of this foundation. There's fence wire all wrapped around these trees here. Actually right into the tree over in this one here. So this fence wire was here before this tree was. Wow. And then over here we've got all kinds of brick. I'm not sure where that would have come from, unless it was a heated barn. Yeah, it's possible. Okay, I see a cornerstone right there for the foundation, so this is going to be the end of the foundation here. Man, what a size. That's a huge barn. I gotta walk back through these thorn bushes. Okay. Oh, there's a bottle dump. Again, it doesn't look too old. It's an old cart. I'm not sure where the old dump would have been. I'm not going to go any further. Well, I'll step on this, but there's thousands and thousands of little nails sticking up. Alright, so let's go explore inside of this thing a little bit more. Alright. Okay, so I got into this little room. It's all plaster, as you can see. The ceiling's coming down, and the floor is giving away underneath me. So I have to be extremely careful. And we got an old TV here. So there's electricity here at one point. It's Moro. And then we've got this old chair. We'll pan around here a little bit, see what else we can find. There's a washing machine here. Oh, it's heavy! And it's got a nameplate on it here, so right there. Used to be a beauty. And looking around here, oh, look at that for something reclaimed. Oh my god, that's gorgeous. It's just falling apart though. Beautiful old picture frame. That's too bad. Alright, I'm just going to toss this over again so I can get out of here. Underneath of this, I found a bottle, which is broken, but it was a blob top, so we were in the right area. There's an old belt. I saw something else in here too. I saw it from outside. I said, oh, I gotta check on that. Anyway, I don't know where it was now. Oh, right there. Oh, never mind, it's just plastic. I thought that was an old Victorian era sash buckle. Oopsie, it's not. So, this is there was a fireplace here. You can see it was boarded up. And an old mantle. That crunching you hear is me going through the floor. And then we've already been up here. But we're going to look through this place a little more. Alright, stand by. Alright. So I'm scraping away at the raccoon poop and stuff. And you see what I see right there? It's another coin. Nickel sized. Oh. Another buffalo. $19.17. Doesn't take the GoPro doesn't take very good close-ups, but $19.17 it is. Cool. Alright, time to say goodbye. Yeah, this is a fun old place to look in. Definitely going to come back when the ground isn't frozen and do some digging. Looking forward to it, and stay tuned for that video as well. Cheers.